We all had a good Christmas and were able to spend time with family. My Christmas was really good. I watched the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗁𝗍 Christmas special thing, and he was there's a skit in there where he's the angel that comes to Mary and Joseph after Jesus is born, and he starts explaining to them how people are going to celebrate Christmas, and they're just really surprised, like, because he talks about, well, there's just going to be this Santa Claus, and he's basically like God, but he only judges children. And then the like 90% of Christmas is going to be about Santa, and 10% is going to be about Jesus, which is so true. And he also talks about, that they say, is there going to be music about Jesus? And he's like, yeah, the boring stuff, which I don't necessarily agree with. Like, I like the music about Jesus. I think that's some of the best music ever made. And for me, like all the stuff about Santa Claus, like Jingle Bells, like Mariah Carey, I just think that's all garbage music. It's like just super corny. But anyway, that was funny. Watched some good shows. Was able to relax, and with New Year's coming up, one of my New Year's resolutions is to make as much money as possible in crypto and to stack as much Bitcoin as I can in 2025. And so one way that you can really kind of boost your portfolio and to getting bigger gains is to look for 100x gains and implement those into your portfolio as well. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the coins that I think can do 100x in 2025. And I'm also going to tell you how you can what to look for in a 100x coin so that you don't have to take my word for it, but you can actually go and do your own research. So go ahead and like and subscribe and follow me at Twitter at 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗁𝗍 with 2 I's. Lately I've been posting everything I'm buying and selling over there when I do it. And so I posted just yesterday about this 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀 coin. And as you can see here, at a $42 million market cap. And just in a day, this went up to a $72 million market cap. So big gain there just in a day. So make sure to follow me over there to get those calls too. Just what I'm buying and selling. So you can look at those and see if you're interested and potentially get in on coins that I'm mentioning over there too. And also links in the description. A lot of the coins I'm talking about today, you can get on Bitmart. I have a link for a sign-up bonus there, as well as Coinbase, and you can get discount bonus there and discount on a ledger device with the links in the description there too. So check those out. But if we look at Bitcoin here, it was a disappointing month for Bitcoin. Actually, I thought it would end up being much higher, well over 100K, and we still have a few days left, but I don't see it doing anything too crazy when we closing out the month. But if you just look out and review the last year of Bitcoin, we can see here that Bitcoin actually did 130% for the year, and the average return per year for Bitcoin is 145%. So it's a little bit below average. Usually a December election year is really good for Bitcoin, but wasn't the case this year. But we could make that up with a really good January as Trump gets into office and we start getting more catalyst there for the price. And then looking at this post from Titan of Crypto, he says, altcoin comeback is near. In December 2020, alts saw about a 30% drop, taking 4 weeks to recover before surging. And in December 2024, they experienced a negative 26% drop, and we're now 3 weeks in. So early January can mark the start of an up-only season for altcoins. And so with the outlook for 2025 being good for altcoins, I'm going to talk about these 100x altcoins and what what I'm liking about them. But first, just to talk about how you can sort of research these and find these on your own. So the first thing that I look at with these potential 100x coins is the market cap, because once you get over $1 billion market cap, then the chances of that 100xing from there are really low. So really you want to look at coins right around, at the maximum, 500, 600 million, and at the minimum 100 million. You could go down to like 50 million even, but that gets more risky, right? As you go down more. And it's a lot easier for a coin to go from like 50 million to 5 billion than it is for one to go to like 500 million to 50 billion, because you just need a lot more volume and a lot more buyers and stuff like that. There is a lot more risk involved when you go down lower in market cap. So just a couple things to keep in mind there. And then another thing I look at with, so if something has 100x potential, is, has it weathered the storms? Like, has it been around for a while? Has it endured 67% dips? And has it come back even stronger? So that's another thing. And then another thing that can be a good catalyst for a lot of these coins to do 100x is if they're not on any major crypto exchanges yet, like Coinbase or Binance. A lot of these tend to explode up, especially when they're announced that they're going to be on a major exchange. And then they tend to have a little bit of pullback when they get on an exchange. But then if they're a good coin, usually after that, they'll continue upwards if they're a good coin. So there's that. And then another thing is that I look at is the holder count growing? And you can see, at least for Solana coins, you can see this on holderscan.com, and you can see how many holders it's getting. And usually if something's going up and to the right, then that's a good sign for the price of that coin. It's not a direct correlation, but at some point, if the holder count goes up, then you could often see the price of that crypto going up as well. And another thing to pay attention to is how decentralized is the coin, right? So are there just a few people at the top that own most of the supply? Like, is there one person that has like 10 or 50, or a couple people that have 10, 20% of the supply? Because if that's the case, they can easily dump their coins and just cause the price to crash right on you. And so you can find holder counts on tools like dextools.io and DexScreener, and just go down to the holder and you can see the percentage of the top holders there. And so if you have just a few holders that are at 1 or 2 or 3% and nothing bigger than that, then that's usually a good sign that it's pretty decentralized. And then how is their marketing? How are they entertaining when they post on X? Are they catching people's attention? Are people talking about them? Are they able to generate that buzz? Is another thing. And then lastly, does it have big influencers talking about it all the time? And more importantly, are these influencers, are they getting paid for talking about it? Or are they early investors that, because if that's the case, they have more potential because they got in on a low insider price and they just looking to dump the coins on you? Or are they posting and talking about it organically as something that they really believe in, that they don't really have a insider allocation to, where they have another motive besides thinking that it's a good crypto, right? And so the first coin here that I think has 100x potential is Dog. And this is Dog meme coin on the Bitcoin network. And you can see here that it has a $600 million market cap. And another coin that had around a $600 million market cap, this was at the beginning of 2021, was Dogecoin. And it went up to about $70 billion market cap. So over 100x it did that in May. And so I see a lot of similarities between Dog and Doge. And actually if you look at Twitter engagement, X engagement, Doge actually consistently has more mentions and more engagement, or Dog, has more mentions, more engagement than Dogecoin. And so, which is pretty crazy because Doge is the big the big meme coin that everybody knows about and talks about, right? So with Dog, for me, this checks all the boxes, right? As far as market cap and just engagement. And it's a decentralized coin. It was fairly distributed, so you don't have a lot of insiders that are going to dump the price, dump their coins and dump the price. And just a really solid coin that's been around for a few months, and it's weathered a couple of these storms as well. And then just moving down in market cap here, the second coin is a 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗀 play that I think can basically be the next Solana. And that coin is Peak Network. And you can see that this one has about a 300 million market cap right now, almost a 400 million market cap right now. And so to do 100x, this would need to get to 40 billion. But I think this is a blockchain, new blockchain that's fast, and it also is focused on 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗀, which is a big narrative as well. And so if we look back at, layer ones, Solana did 100x in 2021 as well, and which was, roughly the same market cap, and was still able to do 100x. And so I think at the peak, Solana did, no pun intended, it did $70 billion. And so in 2021, and so I think Peak can get to that $40 billion mark, which would be 100x. I think has that potential just because of its partnerships and the people that are building on there. There's all sorts of apps being built on there that are gonna change the way that we interact and transfer value to each other, which I think is very valuable. And if you look at this Simon here, who is the CEO of Moonrock Capital, he says, if you knew what kind of people are approaching me about Peak because it caught their interest, you'd freak out. The highlight for me was last week when a multi-billion-dollar fund told me their internal analysis concluded that Peak should hit a valuation of 20 to 30 billion this cycle. Hence, they are buying. I think we might need to raise our targets. And so just the buzz around, the space, and this guy being a CEO of a capital fund and what he's hearing, there's a lot of buzz for this, and there's a lot of engagement on Twitter as well. And so for me, this is one that definitely checks all those boxes when you're looking at a coin that could do 100x too. And then the third one is, last year meme coins, they had the best returns out of any category in crypto, and I think that'll be the case again in 2025. And so another meme coin that I think has 100x potential is 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗃 coin. And this isn't the 𝗶𝗃 that really everybody knows about. That 𝗶𝗃 is at a 7 billion market cap, while this one is only at just over a $200 million market cap. And so this has a lot more potential for growth. And it's the OG 𝗶𝗃 based on the 𝗶𝗃 meme. So they started this way before 𝗶𝗃 started back in 2016. And they have a talented team, experienced team of developers as well that are working on other things, which I'll get to. But for this to go 100x, it would only need to get to just over 20 billion. So I think that's doable. There's a lot of things I like about this coin, but one thing is that it has a burn mechanism as well. I won't get into too many details, but so it's basically deflationary because the 𝗶𝗃 coin supply is going to go down. One thing that I think could potentially hold this back, and so I'm not quite as bullish on this as I am as Dog or Peak, because one thing that could hold this back is just like the bias of the price, because just your casual investor looks at this 𝗶𝗃 coin and comparing it, and they're like, oh, this is $2. This is way more than this 𝗶𝗃 that's like 0.00017. But this doesn't mean anything. Like, you just need to look at the market cap. And you can see that by market cap, 𝗶𝗃 coin is 30-40 times smaller than 𝗶𝗃. And so it actually, the price should be flipped, if it were a true representation. And then taking a look at the fourth coin that I think can 100x, this is the same team that's behind 𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗀𝗀, and they created their own layer 1 blockchain based on AI. And this is the first blockchain really to do this, to integrate AI heavily into their blockchain. And it's called based AI. And so they're working on this blockchain that's going to be basically self-learning. So it's going to get better and better and more efficient. And they actually have their version of AI agents, which is another big narrative, and they're called creatures. So different agents that can share information and learn from each other, and help the network basically grow in the best way. And AI right after real world assets and meme coins was the third best performing category. And so it makes sense that we're going to have a few of these take off and do 100x. And even this year we had something do way over 100x called Virtuals, which is an AI agent platform. And so this is one that has a low market cap that kind of fits into that mold. And so that's why I like it as 100x potential. And then for all you degens out there, all of these coins are risky. And again, so none of this is financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm invested in and what I'm looking at. So do your own research, make your own decisions. But this is the really degen coin here because it's under 100 million market cap. And this one is called Foxy on the Linea blockchain. So Linea is a new blockchain and they're releasing their token next month. And so if we see something like Base, which was a new blockchain this year, and their basically mascot meme for Base is Brett, and Brett did well over 100x. And so if you get, here is basically the mascot of the Linea chain, right? Foxy. And so if the Linea gets as much adoption or close to what Base is getting with their new blockchain, then something like this at 40 million could easily go to 4 billion, because even just recently Brett got as high as 2.2 billion and now it's back down to about 1.3. And so being the leading chain on Linea chain, which these are the guys that also developed the MetaMask wallet. And so this is the biggest Ethereum wallet, right? So the team has been around, and they have this new blockchain, and this meme coin is basically their mascot. So that's why I like Foxy here at just over 40 million. And then you guys that have stayed watching this video for this long, I wanted to give you a bonus meme coin here. This is another complete degen play, but I like the things they're doing. And this is on Sui chain, a meme coin on Sui chain. And I talked about Sui when it was at $1.50, and right now it's sitting around $4.50. So that's one of the best calls I made on this channel. Some of the top meme coins on the Sui chain could easily do 100x in 2025. And one of these that I think has this potential is called Tardy. And so this is a meme coin, and it's a pretty unique one because it's about tardigrades. And if you don't know, these are like microscopic organisms, and they're able to endure the most extreme conditions. They're even able to live in outer space. And so really they're kind of a good symbol for being in crypto, because in crypto you have to endure a lot. You have to endure 50 to 60, 70% drawdowns in the price, and kind of like stick with it. So that's another one to take a look at. Again, do your own research, but I think that one's interesting also as a 100x play. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great New Year's. You're able to relax from the grind for a couple more days, and I'll see you in 2025.